Hello and welcome to the Secret Adventures of Black People. I'm your host, Nicole Hill. The best part of office life, I'd have to say, was not getting work done with all my coworkers. Just sitting around and telling stories instead. These days I'm a freelancer and the closest thing I have to an office is the gym. But that's actually okay, because I've got coworkers there, my boxing crew, and they got some stories.
God, don't do that voice.
This is my natural voice. Hello, ladies.
No, absolutely not. Hello, ladies. No.
Me, my boxing instructor Harold, and fellow fighters Alicia and Nina gathered around a table in our office, the lobby of the YMCA, to listen to Alicia's stories about Christmas back home in Jamaica. Later, she and I head to her car to discuss how her relationship with being Black has changed since leaving the island.
For holidays, I think, like, for example, if you're talking about Christmas or even Easter, like, there's going to be a side of Jamaica that's very traditional and, like, going to church and spending a lot of time, like you were saying, like, in fellowship. But I think for us, it's a little bit different, right? And so there's a whole other, like, it's gonna sound bad, but like parallel party culture that like is associated with the holidays. So you can still have like you meet with your family, and for Christmas at least, you'll have like a big family dinner. You'll drink sorrel, which is like this flour you make a Christmas drink from, and then you make like Christmas cakes. And my mom makes like I was just on the phone with her. She's like, I'm making 500 cakes this year.
What is a Christmas cake?
It's like I think it used to be British, like it's like a fruit cake.
Yeah.
Very dense. It's full of rum. She's gonna bring some, so I can bring it. We can do a tasting. But a lot of people will be at church, but you can still like after you can go with your family. And I think for like younger kids, then you'll go partying, right? So then
After
you're like,
church.
like in the night, you go raging all night.
On Christmas?
Oh
Christmas
yeah,
is
Christmas
a rage?
night, yeah, because you have like a lot of oldies parties. Everyone is like out in the street, so it's just interesting because depending on like, what you observe, like the version of your holiday is going to be very different.
Did you rage on Christmas night?
I used to, yeah, totally.
What is the club scene like in Jamaica? Is it like beautiful outdoor clubs?
So it's outdoors. A lot of
like
times.
Shotas.
Shatas is
That's your favorite movie.
Shatas is your favorite movie. It's a good one.
Is it like that?
I mean, it can be depending on where
Wait,
you
what
go.
is it like? I haven't seen Shotas.
Yeah.
You never seen Shotas?
Me neither.
Really?
What is the party scene like in that? What do they do?
They were outside in the outside club.
And doing what?
Yeah, explain Shatas.
You saw that movie, right?
Yeah, long time.
You said a long time? You said
like,
a lot of
like
times?
a while ago, yeah.
Okay.
But what's your favorite movie? So you gotta do this.
Oh, it's like a drug dealer movie.
Okay. And they just partied outside in the outside club?
Somewhat,
Was it super dangerous?
Yeah.
There drugs and guns and...
Were there drugs and guns at your Christmas party?
I mean, likely. So I was looking at the plot of Shatas because I feel like I should be able to explain that as a Jamaican. No, I mean, so basically, like, we'll be outdoors. You get there 11 o'clock. Hundreds of people. You'll have like a huge sound system that's playing.
What do you wear? Is it like a white party, Christmas colors?
It can be. I think there's like a New Year's one that's sometimes like a white party, and everyone's all like dressed up, and then you just like you have your rum and you're chilling and you party.
Oh my god.
So it's also really fun.
Do you all say like Merry Christmas?
No, because by that time Christmas is over, right? Because like, okay,
Like,
maybe some people they went to church for midnight, like the night before. They're up all night, then they go have maybe breakfast or they have dinner with their family. They have like a nap somewhere in between that, and then they're out from like 11 until 7 the next morning. What? So you're like raging. So it's pretty fun. I haven't done it in a while though. I haven't been home for Christmas in a very long time. So
Christmas is a party. I can't
it's
even
a party.
picture
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Party. We have like Christmas lights on palm trees. Sometimes people get tripped up by that. Like, 'cause it's hot. It's like,
Right,
so
right, right.
warm.
You're in the Caribbean island.
Yeah,
What
it's
do they
60
expect?
degrees, not even 60, like 70. Yeah, you have your Christmas lights everywhere. The malls are all lit up, and then you're like, it's a big party.
did you think, like, I live in a beautiful, amazing, exotic, perfect place? Or was it like, whatever, this is where I live?
I don't know. I feel like that's complicated, right? Because it's like you have the nature and it's beautiful, but you also have like the complex social stuff that's going on. And so for me, like, I think, well, one thing is I don't swim. Which
You don't swim?
I know, I don't. I had a bad experience actually at YMCA in Jamaica when I was growing up. Yeah, I was like 5, and at the time they like chuck you in the pool, and they're like, figure it out. And then you're supposed to swim, and then I just sank to the bottom. And then they had to fish me out with like the long pole that they use.
Why didn't the person go in and get you?
And then I don't even remember it really clearly, but apparently I didn't talk for like a week. So I was like, I was wicked traumatized. And so I wrote all my college essays about being a Jamaican who can't swim, because apparently like people think, but actually a lot of Jamaicans can't swim. And I don't know, it could, I mean, if you really like extrapolate it and think about it, like a lot of black people can't swim either, and the whole analysis of like the ocean and, you know, what it's meant, like crossing oceans. So, you know, you could also think about it that way too, but mine was linked to like a very like specific
personal. And in Jamaica, do y'all call yourselves black? Like, do you consider, like, when you're there, do you grow up and be like, I'm a black person?
I do, yeah, but I think when you're talking about the Caribbean versus the U.S., I think it's a black majority country, but it's very mixed. So you have like Chinese, you have Syrian, you have like Jewish communities, Indian, you know, everybody's kind of mixed up. And I think to one extent, people are like, oh, we don't think about race, we think about nationality. Like, we're Jamaican, we're one. And I think I used to be of that mindset when I was younger and when I spent most of my time in Jamaica. But I think when you move to the U.S., like, you become very aware of your black identity, right? And I think very early on, like, which I still see with a lot of Caribbeans, they're like, they try and make this distinction where they're like, okay, I'm not African American, I'm like my nationality, I'm Jamaican, I'm Trinidadian, whatever. Right. But like, other people still just see you as black, right? And so then you kind of have like this entire awakening where you're like, okay, well, when I'm in a black majority country, I'm not as aware of like my race, maybe of my class, of, you know, other socioeconomic factors. But I think you have like a big awakening when you come to the U.S. and you have to like,
so big.
Yeah, and you have to like process your like racial identity in a much more, I guess, present way than you would in a black majority country.
Like, you know, African Americans, we have this big dream of going to Africa and finally being home. And it's like, oh, everybody's black and we'll just be home. And I mean, I guess it's because it is home for you, it's hard to tell, but do you feel more at home in a majority black space? Or is it just like, because you're Jamaican, you don't connect with black people in the same way in America?
No, I do, but I do think I'm at the point where I spend half my life in Jamaica and half my life in the U.S. And I think because of that, I've seen both sides. So, like, I think when I was younger, I probably wouldn't have, like, for example, I remember people, like, giving me the nod, and I was like, yo, I don't know that guy. Like, why is he nodding? Yeah, and I was like, why are you like nodding at me like that? And then now I try and give people a nod, and I get really hurt when they don't like acknowledge me. You know, I'm like, ouch, you know. Especially because I was doing this big road trip last summer, like when I was in Nebraska and I saw a black person, I was like, hey, and then there was a point where like they just wouldn't make eye contact.
But I feel like in some of those places, because I was in Nebraska and I tried to do the exact same thing. Dude. And like one guy was like, we were, and then the other one, I was like, I feel like he was like under duress. Like I was like, they won't like this is a get out situation, and you're not allowed to give a nod. I got
Thank you to Alicia for sharing your Christmas Ragers with us. And shout out to the whole Boxing with Heart crew. Thank you to my mom and sister and Alana Nevins for story editing assistance, and Epidemic Sounds for all things music and effects. If you want to support the show, you can rate and review episodes on your podcast app of choice. That helps others find it, actually. And you can also become a supporter through Patreon and get access to bonus content, behind-the-scenes updates, and earlier episodes. Visit thesecretadventuresofblackpeople.com to learn more or check out this episode's show notes. The Black adventurer I hope you'll support today is a fellow podcaster named Marinike. She's an amazing 6-year-old host of a podcast in development called The Curious Marinike, which will encourage kids to change the world with their curiosity. She's raising money to hire a team to help her get the show off the ground, and I really hope you'll consider donating. A link to her Kickstarter will be in the show notes and on the secretadventuresofblackpeople.com website. Okay, I'm Nicole Hill, host and producer of this show and a former Office Olympics champion. I'll see you again soon for more stories of Black folks on the down across space and time.